Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina. I am at my secret sunset location spot, and I wanted to share the sunset with you guys. Here we go. So we are just starting to crank up, and the sun is like right behind this band of clouds, but all of these clouds up here that you see with the white, they will change to a vibrant pink and orange if all goes as planned. The clouds that you see that are like this darker blue color, the blue ones don't change. So I have figured out this method for the last couple of years watching sunsets. I think it's pretty funny. The blue ones don't change. My husband and I joke about it. So today's video, I want to talk to you guys all about childhood wounding, childhood trauma. And many of us out here in the collective, in the ethers, living the life, have gone through major emotional trauma throughout our childhood, right? What do we do with that? Where do we go with that? How do we move past that? Well, I can tell you from personal experience, going through the dark times that I went through in my childhood of, I don't want to get into all the details, but just like an abusive father, codependency within the mother-father relationship, sexual abuse and telling people and not feeling heard, which was from outside the home, but like lots of stuff. A lot of stuff revolved around the relationship with my dad due to his journey with alcoholism and his own childhood wounding and trauma, because we all learn it from somewhere, right? We learn these difficult patterns and behaviors from our parents, and they learn it from their parents, and so these are generational cycles. So how do we go about healing this? How do we go about changing this? How do we go about evolving from this, right? Instead of looking at all of the things that went wrong, instead of looking at all of the times where we felt unheard and we felt unsafe and we felt neglected and we felt betrayed and we felt attacked, all of those times, if we start replacing those memories with the good ones that we can remember. And people want to say there's nothing good that I remember about my childhood, but I can tell you from living this life, and maybe I had it lucky with an abusive parent, but I feel like there are glimmers of kindness, empathy, compassion, love during those times with our parents and what we've gone through, or during these times with siblings or grandparents or whoever it is that have truly affected you. Because if you're finding this video, you've gone through a lot of what I've gone through. Like, I'm a reflection of you, you're a reflection of me, all of the things. If you need more explanation of what that means, let me know in the comments and I'll tell you in a future video. But if we can focus on the glimmers of goodness that we had. And so one childhood memory I remember, granted I would never do this for my kids, but it was a different time, is sorting out M&Ms. My dad would bring us home a surprise bag of M&Ms, and it was like once in a while kind of thing. Like, it wasn't every night, but we would sit while my parents watched Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, and she and I would sort through this bag of M&Ms, and we would equally divide all of the colors. We would equally divide all of the pieces, and then we would like swap and trade for which ones we liked more. And it was this whole thing. It was a ritual. And instead of remembering the negative times with my sister, I can remember those times. I can remember the times like sledding behind my dad's truck. Instead of remembering my dad chasing me into the bathroom with a fly swatter and beating the crap out of me to the point that I had bruises on my legs I had to explain to my friends the next day at school, instead of focusing on that kind of stuff, I can focus on how my dad went down to, like, we had this horse farm, and granted, when I say horse farm, I mean like backwoods redneck version of a horse farm, and not the same kind of like cleanliness, pristine fanciness that most people imagine when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, this is your backwoods version. And we had this tiny little pond, and I mean tiny, it might have been 20 feet across, 3 feet deep in the middle at the deepest part. The one pony that was little could stand in the middle, and it was only like shoulder high for her. So, I mean, tiny little pond. He would trudge down through the snow if we got enough snow and if it was cold enough. He would trudge down there and shovel it all off and pour water all over it and shovel it all off again and smooth it up for me and be like this Zamboni dude. And I could go down there and ice skate. And granted, he grew up on skates. He played for the U.S. Army team when he was drafted in Germany. He played hockey. And my cousins played hockey, and my aunt figure skated into like the competitions and all of that stuff and was like pretty big in all of that. And so I grew up on skates, and he would go and do that for me, and he'd just leave me down there. Maybe he watched me from the house and I just didn't know, but I would be down there skating for hours. And I would practice backwards and crossovers and do little, not flips, but like the little twisty things through the air and learn how to spin and just be out there doing. And he did that. So that means, like, yes, he has love. He has the ability of love and kindness. So when we focus on those memories, we focus on those good things that we experienced with whatever traumatizing person we went through these experiences with. It helps to soften us and to open us back up in order to learn to love them again, because they're only doing the best that they can with what they've been given. And that isn't an excuse for the way to treat people. Like, definitely not something that you should be like, well, it's just the way it is because I grew up that way and so I can't change. No. We forgive the people in our life that hurt us, because truly hurt people hurt other people. And so when we can remember that and we can accept that, we can allow the ability to remember the good times, open up, feel the love that is there. If they're still in your life, like, there definitely is love there. And if they're not still in your life, there probably still is love there. But coming from somebody that was abused and went through it and was able to recycle those patterns if I chose to, it's hard to want to change. It's hard to want to climb out of that dark space. And it's hard to want to find the good in people, even when they've hurt you so badly. And so trying to focus on the good will truly help heal those wounds that we hold on to for so long, for too many years. I've forgiven my dad a long time ago. And there was a point when I was in a really low spot, and I guess he was in a really low spot, and he was really angry with me, and he said some really terrible things that people I've told what he said to me, they said I'd never talk to him again. But I've let him back in because I know he was hurting, and I know why he was hurting, and I know now that that's the only way he knows how to express himself is through anger, because he was so wounded in childhood. So I forgive him for that. Over the years, he's been able to tell me on the phone that he loves me, and he's able to have those words cross our paths, which is like huge. This year, he sent me a Christmas card that put me immediately to tears, because it told me through a Hallmark greeting card that he was proud of me, that what I was going through was really hard, but that I had people in my corner who loved me and were backing me up and supporting me, and they just wanted to see me succeed. And to have my dad say that to me, even though he couldn't say it in his own words, even though he couldn't verbalize that or even write it himself, he was able to express himself. And some people could take that gesture and be like, what the fuck, it's just a Hallmark card, tell me yourself, old man. And instead, I'm like, holy shit, this is the deepest thing my dad has ever said to me in my entire life. And it meant so much. I cried telling my mom about it the next day, and I cried multiple times talking about it to friends and family. But yeah, that's the journey of healing with the people in our life that hurt us. It takes time, it is slow, and it is this long, drawn-out process of learning to forgive even when you don't want to. And the pain is so disheartening. But we do it anyways, because that's what we're here to do, right, guys? We are here to love and give love and receive love and not accept anything but love. That's something that I do with my kids. Like, you won't talk to me that way. You will talk to me with love and kindness, just like you would talk to anybody else in this world. That's what we're here to do, is to give and receive love. So with all of this said, I hope you all enjoy your evening. Oh, it's showing you better now, because I was like, this isn't really picking up these color contrasts, but it's pretty nice. This little thunderstorm right there, that dark blue thunderstorm in the middle, is kind of messing up the rays a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. So we're here to roll with the punches, take what Uranus has to offer, and Uranus has been giving us the unexpected lately. The things that you definitely didn't think were going to happen are happening. And it's just here to show us things and grow us in ways we could never imagine. So with all of that said, I hope you all have a wonderful evening wherever you may be in this world. And I hope that you find the ability to heal your relationships with others even when you don't want to, because in the end, it just heals you. So with all that said, my friends, I'm out of here. So much peace, love, and namaste to you all. Adios, my friends. Bye.